Hello, 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 hello. Back at it like a bad habit. Happy Tuesday. We here. We rolling. How y'all feeling? It's crazy because it really only be 7 days, but it seems so long since I've seen y'all. Hope y'all are feeling well. Hope y'all are good. Blessed. Because you know that's necessary. We're going to let everybody funnel in. We're going to have us a good time tonight. Hope y'all been behaving, doing what you need to do. Keep your life on the up and up. For those that are new and ain't true just yet, I'm your boy Ceddy P, artist manager, playlist curator, owner of Renaissance Music Records, president of Ball Brothers United, bald-headed scallywag #1, firefighter, sitcom writer, author. Got a lot of jobs, but above all, I'm your friend. I'm your boy. So we gonna kick in. We gonna enjoy ourselves. If it's your first time at what we call the Playas Circle, make sure you drop that emoji with the sunglasses. But if you are a frequent visitor, make sure you throw that. Make sure you put that one in the air. That YGB. Always you gotta believe. If not you, then who? Shout out, sound like YouTube is over up and popping. YouTube, what's good? Ooh. We got a great show for you tonight. What y'all been on? What y'all been up to this week? Ed Broke, what's good? How you feeling? Welcome to the Playas Circle. If it's your first time, throw that emoji with the sunglasses up. Make sure you like and subscribe. Got to sub. Got to sub to join the club. You know what I mean? Xavier Ramirez, what's good? I don't mean to put your whole government out there. We're just going to call you X. X, what's good? Good to have y'all here at the Playas Circle. We're going to have a good time tonight. It's been a busy week, man. It's been a busy week. I've been at work with my artists. For those that, like I said, if you're late, I'm an artist manager. I've been working with all three of my artists, actually. My artist, Cheek the Prophet, had a show last week. He performed in LA. Got another show out there on Friday. So if you're in the LA area, pull up. Pull up. But had a great show. Actually, got on the horn with my road dog, with Ki Storii. It's Ki Storii, baby. One of the best of the best. One of the young female rappers, rising female rapping risers. What am I talking about? One of the rising female rappers. If you hear me talking crazy, say something. Like I said, you just chilling, you scrolling. Hey man, no need to scroll no more, man. Kick it with us, man. Kick it, enjoy yourself. You at the Playas Circle. You in the place to be. I got Flow Productions. What's good? We dual streaming. We on IG and the Tizoob and YouTube. Wildlifers, don't start no stuff. Won't be no stuff. Cause I got some concrete for you right here. Brantley, what's good? You two always want to come up here on some bull. You know what we like to say? Sabal. But yeah, I was also I was in the lab with Quest, with Johnny Quest the Rebel. Everybody's working, man. I know, like I said, y'all say what's going on with your artists, man? What's the latest? Patience, grasshopper. Patience. I got some heat for y'all. Look, Johnny, you speak his name and he shall pull up. But yeah, so other things was going on, man. I was watching a little bit of catching on the IG, saw Fanatics Fest out in New York. Little salty that I didn't pull up because I seen my booski there, Taylor Rooks, Taylor Gang. Holla at your boy. Taylor knows she fine. That's why, like I said, I seen she, you know, they have these YouTube, and IG platforms. They got the like where you show off your fits and all of that. You know, name what you wearing, and I'm like, look at her, look at Ma. But it's professional. You know I love a professional baddie. But Fanatics Fest looked lit. You know, they brought the wrestlers out. LeBron was out there. Think I seen Jigga Man, Mello. I gotta, like I said, I gotta start pulling up. Wow, wildlife, you testing me. And I know you're young, so I don't want to talk about you and your mama, but you're testing me. But yes, Fanatics Fest looked like it was quite the show. Now I gotta express, I got some beef. I got beef in the streets. And before you say, hey, yo, Paul, no, turn your freaky down. That's not what I mean. But I'm gonna have to put my hands on whoever's running the Easy Pass, the Port Authority, the tolls. You're testing my patience. I'm at the crib doing my thug dizzle, and my pop called me, and he's like, Cedric, do you got tolls that you need to pay with Easy Pass? I said, what you act crazy when what you talking about? He said they done sent mail to me. I said, oh hell no. I know you ain't called my pops on me. Now you out here snitching to my damn daddy? Oh man. It's a wrap for you when I catch you in the streets. Port Authority get on my nerves, bro. Cause we all know it's a scam. They tax you 4-5 different times when you cross the bridge in New York. Then they send it in the mail, so you know, because they know nobody checks the mail. Instead of sending you some notifications, then the deadline passes and they quadruple the damn fee. I heard some people, they owe thousands. It's ridiculous. And you trying to get me hemmed up. I ain't going out like that. I'm not going out like that. We're going to get into the show. We had a great show last week. We was talking about my fellow bald-headed brothers that was out here tripping. Dame, Dash, and KevOnStage. You know what I mean? Stay positive, brothers. That's not how we roll. We talked about the damn bison that knocked the man in the next week. That was crazy. Stop getting close to them animals. They not playing with y'all. And then we also talked about the bald-headed logic, which was sometimes being good ain't good enough. But we're going to get into the show. And you know we got to start it off with a new bald-headed logic for today. My bad, y'all. Let me do some little, I'm trying to do some administrative, you know what I mean? But tonight's bald-headed logic is it's time for you to use your resources. It's time for you to use your resources. I know some of y'all are like, man, what's Ced talking about? What he on? Well, let me break it down for you. We are all in this space in which we're trying to advance, we're trying to grow, we're trying to elevate. And one of the things that I peep, one of the things that I see very often is people feeling like they have to do it on their own, or they trying to take all of that and put it on their shoulders. And I'm here to tell y'all that, to quote the company Rec Philly, independent doesn't mean alone. And in order to elevate, especially to elevate to high levels, it's important to use teamwork, and more specifically, use and utilize the resources that are around you. Now, the thing is with resources, oftentimes people think of resources in the space of somebody helping me with the things that I need, somebody providing me some type of, support, some finance, some immediate help. And I'm challenging y'all to go beyond that and advance the depth of the resource. So to advance the depth of the resource, what I'm talking about is sometimes resources present themselves in ways that are not just immediately advantageous to you, not only in the way in which you want to use them. people think of a resource as, like I said, somebody giving them money. But what if that resource is a person that can give you the information that can help you to get that money 10 times over? Sometimes the resource is providing you some knowledge. Sometimes the resource is providing you some constructive criticism. Sometimes the resource is just giving game beyond your line of sight. I want you to take advantage of these resources. And what's crazy is when we think of it, take advantage, it can mean different things to different people. In some ways, taking advantage is manipulation. In other ways, taking advantage is capitalizing on a good thing, and which is what I'm referring to. Because some of y'all be taking advantage of people and not taking advantage of people at the same time. Don't let that go over the baldy. You so quick to try to use people, take advantage of them when you either down and out or trying to get up. But the best resources come when you're actually getting game. Sometimes even game you wasn't even looking for. Learning from an example. Watching how people move. That's how you elevate out here, man. And I urge y'all to take advantage in the right way of the resources that's around you. Some of us got a lot of things that we trying to accomplish. Some of the things we got a lot we trying to do, and you cannot take that all on your jacket. You know what I mean? It's not all for you to carry that burden. Learn, study, accept the information, the knowledge, the critiques, all of that. Because that's what pushes you. That's what gets you places beyond what your own line of thinking can do. So y'all consider that going forward. Utilize these resources that are available to you. Because the one thing I can tell you, man, is like resources don't last forever. As I was saying earlier, I'm a firefighter, and I've been a firefighter for about 10 years now, going on 10. And one thing that I noticed is that some of the best resources that I had when I first started, as far as great firefighters, are retired. You know, they done went on to their next phase of life. Unfortunately, others have been called to, to the Lord. So these resources don't last forever. And it would be foolish for you to think that and to take advantage of them only in the way in which you see fit. Sometimes them blessings come in ways you can't even imagine. So, I close with saying, take your time, lock in, and utilize those resources. All right? I see my boy in here, Cheek the Prophet. What's good? We was just banging some of that Rebel La Familia. Just letting everybody know, like I said, a reminder, if you out in that LA area, if you making a trip or that's where you stay, that's where you lay your head, Friday night, 24th, at the Hotel Ziggy on Sunset. So, go get that blessing. Go get that live performance from Cheek the Prophet. Now, we're going to keep rolling, keep rocking. Go ahead and get into the next segment of the show. So, I think we should get into the what are you talking about segment. One of my favorites, where we scour the internet, we see what's been going on, and we observe. So I saw a clip that I need to share, and y'all know me. I'm big on the black culture, big on the both the entertainment, the music, our history, all of that. But I couldn't help but laugh at this post, which led me to an account of a drummer who be vibing and going crazy to classic sitcoms of yesteryear. So the the ironic thing is that she is of the lighter hue, and I was baffled when I found my favorite joint, my favorite hit. I said, "Oh no, I know she not playing my jam." Y'all check this out real quick. Bring it back, bring it back. I wanted to start on the right place. Not the amen, y'all. Gotta hit this joint. She is going in. She ain't taking to the bridge on him. Hey, yo. Not the amen, y'all. Yo, amen is a staple from the late 80s and 90s. And she was going in. And I said to myself, I put a comment on there. I said, hey, you still can't come to the cookout. But I will make you a nice to-go plate with wholesome portions. Wholesome portions. But my thing is, why she going in like that? Where's Questlove? Where's Sheila E? But I gotta respect her. I can't even hate. She out here killing them with the damn glasses on. I said, yo, she going in. I need you. No, look, ask my peoples. Ceddy P loves some amen. That's what we used to watch that getting ready for school. That Sherman Hemsley. Every once in a while you can find you a nice gem, you know what I mean, on the internet. I ain't mad at it. Not at all. But shout out to Kimmy Drums for going to work. Y'all check out her page. I'll be kind. I don't normally, what I mean. I'm all about the promotion of our culture. But I'm gonna let it slide. Give her a to-go plate. Now, another post that caught my eye was this quote or this post from Earn Your Leisure. Now, I check out Earn Your Leisure. which is a great platform. The host of Invest Fest, but Earn Your Leisure, they focus on money and business and trying to help to educate, our youth and our black community. Now, they had a very interesting post, and the post I'm going to share with y'all here when they're talking about um, black business and overcharging customers. But y'all let me know y'all thoughts. I'm going to pull this up now here for y'all. Take a listen.
The statement within itself doesn't even make any sense. What group of people, country, ethnicity, nationality has a functional economy without commerce? What is the definition of commerce? A trade of money for goods and services. That has been around before Jesus was born. That's been around. When they was trading, it's been around. So, but what you need to understand is that the prices that black entrepreneurs charge for their goods and services on average is actually 50 to 65% lower, cheaper than their white counterparts. That's important. We really got to educate the consumer, because a lot of times the consumer is not educated and they're running with narratives that they themselves don't even fully understand because somebody else told them. Now, how is that detrimental to the black entrepreneur? Because the black entrepreneur makes 50 cents for every $1 that the white entrepreneur makes. That's why most black businesses don't employ more than one person. That's why most black businesses will die after one generation or even less. That's why there's only 7 black businesses on the stock market where there's 5,000 businesses. So, for your education, white businesses, non-black businesses actually charge twice as much. And guess what? You'll pay.
Now, shout out to Earn Your Leisure. I think this is a very, very multifaceted conversation. And for those that know me, know that I am a huge proponent of the phrase, two things can be true. I think their thoughts surrounding black businesses and the narrative and the experience in terms of the upcharge or the higher prices is very valid. It's very, very valid. There are a number of reasons surrounding why when you go to black businesses, it appears to be such a difference in prices. But in addition to that, I think there's also a case that needs to be made in the space that we as black businesses have to outwork the narrative, if that makes sense. Because some of those things do hold true in case by case basis. An example for me as a man, even though I'm trying to slim down, trying to cut the bacon off my back. As a man who visits, black, dining experiences, black restaurants, I find that black businesses, based on their tier of business, the prices do seem to be a bit high. Furthermore, with the prices being high, it does not always, again, not always represent an increase in the volume, we'll say. Let's just use volume. I will say that there are a number of incredible businesses and establishments I love to go to where you gonna get that. You know what I mean? Damn, where did we go in Philly? That restaurant. Um, ooh man, what was the name of that restaurant? Let me figure that one out because we had us a good time. Yeah, I gotta look that up because Kitchen and Cocktails. Yeah, I had a great time at Kitchen and Cocktails when I went there with myself and my family. So the experience, the decor, all that was there, and I felt like the prices were reasonable for the experience. Um, I think where it goes wrong is, like I said, the up and coming to businesses, the small business that are trying to elevate into that space. And I think what happens is the reason that's happening is because of the resources or lack thereof. No pun intended with the ball headed logic, but the certain resources that are being used are costly to these businesses. The overhead is high, which as a result creates higher prices. Now, to earn your leisure's point, that doesn't mean that their white counterparts aren't charging. They definitely charging. But here's where you're dealing with narratives. Now the narratives are, oh, it's a white establishment. It is a developed establishment, reputable, and so people are willing to charge. And that is where we as a culture, as consumers, and as the businesses have to fight to outwork these narratives. We have to fight to outwork these narratives. Our black businesses are qualified, our black businesses are reputable, and we not only have to acknowledge that, but the businesses have to live up to that standard so that we can continue to put dollars back into our community, not just from the support standpoint, but for the standpoint or from the standpoint of them being equally as quality in an equal level of quality as the white counterparts. If there is a high level coffee shop that produces the quality coffee, quality experience, what other than just the mind warp is there for us to be going there other than to another establishment? Think about these things. You know what I mean? I don't want our community to lean so heavily on, oh, support me. I'm a person that I want us to have the equal level of quality, higher level of quality. So for me, that's what I want to see. And when I see that that has been attained, I'm definitely interested in putting my dollars into those businesses. But I think too quickly, you know, we lean on the, oh, they don't have this, or oh, they charge too much. It's like one thing I noticed, man, and as they said, that don't ever stop us from shopping at Balenciaga, Louis, Gucci, Nike, Adidas. There's a it's a perception thing, man. Once I recognize that a company, a brand, or anything has the quality I'm looking for, I'm willing to rock with them. And If we maintain that from the support quality standpoint, then I think we move in the right direction. So, but going back to the business side of it, I think businesses have to continue to work. You cannot be satisfied with being just in business or having that business to sustain. It's like, how do we make that business as efficient as possible, as effective as possible? And part of that is uh, finding manufacturers, finding suppliers that provide us the appropriate prices to allow us to have reasonable pricing on our merchandise, on our products. I think there's a way for you to provide luxury, which is something that a lot of companies are striving for. Providing luxury without always having to be at this exorbitant price. So we trying to marry the two is important. But what do y'all think? Do y'all see? I'm Musette. What's good? What's good? Do y'all see that this space where black businesses are charging more? Do you feel like that's a narrative, or is there some truth to that? Y'all let me know. Well, drop that in the comments. Now, what else did we have? Did we see? Oh, I thought this was very, very interesting. I gotta talk about this because I gotta holler and shout out my boy. So I was on Twitter, and Twitter had a very, very great post, and the post was from the homie Elsie, and Elsie was interviewing the rising rapper Lareezy. Shout out Lareezy. Lareezy, managed by my homie Eric Vander. Shout out my boy E. And I just thought that this particular segment of the interview was very, very eye opening and highlighted my boy being wise beyond his years.
Say something
So
so like a lady can listen to it.
I will share this with y'all, and y'all let me know what y'all think about my boy. All right. Take a listen. Take a listen.
Oh, that takes a lifetime.
Your generation artists appreciates lyrical content.
I think they do, but you also have to know how to trick people.
What
Like,
do you mean by that?
it's weird, but like you gotta know how to make it swaggy.
Mm.
Like, you could be rapping and saying something, but if it's like too much testosterone and like you yelling at me, it's like
The message could just get
it's
lost.
getting lost. But if you know how to smoothly
Mm.
say something to it, like a lady can listen to it and be like, oh, I like this, good vibe, but message,
Okay.
and somebody can listen to it and be like, oh, this is hard, it's knocking,
But message.
but message. So I think they do appreciate it. I think it just has to be more like the artist job to just we got to make it just a bit more swaggy.
Translate that.
And that takes a lifetime. It's,
So, shout out to my boy Lareezy, as I was saying. But his message is basically stating that there is the ability for artists, music artists, to be able to include messaging in their music, include substance in their songs, but where we need to improve at is the actual is the layout, is the format, is the style. And as a person who has a record label named Renaissance, where the focus is for us to create something that you love to hear, but also need to hear. Santos, what's good? I think it's really deep and really important. We have spoke on several episodes about some of the different records that are out. Talked about Spin That, talked about some of the records, of years past, from both men and women. And a lot of times, these records that are going song of the summer, jam, album of the year, are not often records that include some type of quality message for the consumer. It's usually a message of toxicity, negativity, some type of ivity. And I personally believe that there is an ability for artists to give us both style and substance. But in order to do it, you gotta have some style to it. You gotta come correct. And Larizi, as I said, a person that sounds like he's wise beyond his years, um, really basically laid it out for how you get that done. And to me, that is really locking in on obviously creating a sound, creating a wave, creating the layout and the format that people are going to react well to. And in that is when you input the message. I think that's where we gotta go. I really feel like there's a way, because you see it when people remix the records that got the negative message. I saw a clip of a shorty talking about some say that shit, save that shit, and I was like, yo, it's really just choice. We really just choose to have the BS. And so for me, that's where I would love to see artists continue, because there are artists that are delivering on that side. It's like I want to see us continue to deliver on that in that aspect. Okay, so y'all let me know your thoughts, man. Can you have a hit record? Can you have a song of the summer that doesn't necessarily talk about some bullshit? That's just me. I love to know your thoughts. I'll give you a quick example. Let me see if I could pull up my boy Carl Cherry's list. Carl Cherry yesterday dropped a post. He dropped a post on Twitter, and the song of the summer was every song of the summer for the last 25 years. I'm going to give you the last, is this the last 13 years? The last 12. 2014's was Bobby Shmurda's Hot Nigga. 2015 was Fetty Wap Trap Queen. 2016 he has listed as One Dance from Drake. 2017 is Cardi's Bodak Yellow. 2018 he just has Drake listed. Jesus, all right, whatever. 2019 was Chris Brown's No Guidance with featuring Drake. No Song of the Summer for 2020. 2021 was WizKids featuring Tim's Essence. 2022 was Future with Drake and Tim's Wait For You. Whatever. 23 was Gunna's Fuck You Me. But 2024's was Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us. So 2025 is we normally have one 2026. I would say would it probably be Spin That from Young Miami. So if you look at that, it does get a little bit, you do get a little mix in there, but you think about all of these songs, and a lot of them songs had similar format, at least in terms of having elements in the songs that people would sing. Now, when people responded to this, they said 2020's record was clearly WAP from Cardi B and Meg Thee Stallion. So again, another one that lends to my argument that sometimes it's just like, yo, you have records that could be something, anything, and we choose to have it to be a wild message at best. You know what I mean? If you look at Hot Nigga, Trap Queen, and WAP, Spin That, you know what I mean? I do think, like I said, you get some balance with these other records with the WizKid and Kendrick, depending on what side you stay on, how positive it ain't necessarily a positive record, you know what I mean? But I think Song of the Summers are to be fun, so I understand that element. I just think as an overall, we are lacking songs that are both fly and provide depth. So that's where we can figure it out. I think, given where we are on time, I think I'm going to let y'all live tonight and enjoy the rest of your evening. I'm going to pull up on y'all later in the week. I got some more topics to talk about and catch up on. But it's always important that we stop by and we enjoy ourselves. If it even for a short time, it's going to be a good time. But y'all go ahead and do y'all thing. Y'all know what it is. It's your boy Ceddy P. Make sure that y'all like. Make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tapped in. If you missed anything, y'all can watch the replay of the live later on in the week. But until later, you know what to do. Keep it blessed. Keep it real. But always